Are Paige DeSorbo and Lindsay joining RHONY? Andy Cohen answers. Lindsay Hubbard and Paige DeSorbo have been heading to the Hamptons for many years on Summer House. But could the New York City residents soon be making a jump to the Real Housewives of New York City? Andy Cohen, who is a producer of RHONY, weighed in on the matter during a recent broadcast of his SiriusXM series, Andy Cohen Live. You know, it's interesting. The Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen host admitted, I mean, we haven't really had those discussions seriously at Bravo. Back in 2023, Lindsay commented about what it could be like to be on RHONY, sharing at the time, I'm ready to flip tables with girls my own age anyway, so I think I was born to be a housewife. But we have to get there first. I have to become a housewife first, and then maybe we'll graduate. Does Lindsay Hubbard plan to leave Summer House? During an appearance on Briefing on Bravo podcast with Alex Baskin, Lindsay revealed that she's not sure what her fate on Summer House will be as she navigates motherhood. I know that executives and I are trying to figure it out, and I think it's pretty clear that, obviously by next summer, my daughter will be 7 or 8 months old, she explained on the podcast. I'm not going to bring my 8-month-old daughter to the Summer House every weekend to a party house. She added that her next steps are an ongoing discussion with producers. That, and even if she doesn't live in the house full-time, she will still be living in the city and spending time in the Hamptons on the weekends. So at a very minimum, we can film me in my life in the city if I'm not physically living at the house every weekend, Lindsay said on the podcast. But being a Hamptons girl, I'll be in the Hamptons as well. For now, Lindsay is focused on Summer House Season 9, which is currently airing. I think we're still trying to finish this story of this season, which ends with me having a baby. So I think that's the priority at the moment, and trying to understand in what capacity we close this chapter for this season, which ultimately ends with me giving birth, she concluded. I think we're trying to get there, and then as soon as that happens, now let's focus on next year. Are Paige DeSorbo and Lindsay Hubbard joining RHONY? Andy Cohen answers. For years, Lindsay Hubbard and Paige DeSorbo have captivated audiences with their larger-than-life personalities and dynamic friendships on Summer House, Bravo's hit reality series set in the Hamptons. These two women, known for their sharp wit, unapologetic ambition, and relatable vulnerability, have built a significant fan following that's kept viewers glued to their screens as they navigate their lives between city hustle and weekend escapades. But could these familiar faces from Summer House soon make the leap to the Real Housewives of New York City, RHONY? In a recent appearance on his SiriusXM radio show Andy Cohen Live, Andy Cohen, the mastermind behind the Real Housewives franchise, was asked about the possibility of Lindsay and Paige transitioning from their Summer House stints to the iconic RHONY roster. Cohen, who has overseen countless seasons of RHONY and other Real Housewives series, gave a somewhat cryptic but intriguing response that left fans on edge. You know, it's interesting, Andy Cohen admitted. I mean, we haven't really had those discussions seriously at Bravo. His words left the door open for speculation, confirming that, while the conversation has not yet been had in a meaningful way, the idea of Lindsay and Paige joining RHONY is not off the table. So, what does this all mean? Could we see the bold, fun-loving duo from Summer House trading in their beachside weekends for the high-stakes drama and glittering Manhattan nights that RHONY is known for? The call of RHONY. Lindsay Hubbard, in particular, has been vocal about the possibility of stepping into the world of RHONY. In a 2023 interview, Lindsay admitted that she was ready to dive into the high drama of the housewives world. I'm ready to flip tables with girls my own age anyway, so I think I was born to be a housewife, she joked, adding that she would have to become a housewife first before making the jump. But we have to get there first. I have to become a housewife first, and then maybe we'll graduate." Lindsay's comments were filled with the self-assuredness and boldness that have defined her persona on Summer House. She has shown time and time again that she isn't afraid to speak her mind, get into the thick of drama, and, when necessary, make her emotions known. It's that same tenacity that made her a standout on Summer House, and it's likely the same quality that could potentially make her a perfect fit for the cutthroat world of RHONY. But is she ready for the level of intensity that RHONY demands? During her time on Summer House, Paige has already had a taste of what life can be like in the reality TV spotlight. With her growing fashion and media presence, it's no surprise that her name has been floated as a possible contender for the RHONY cast. With the ever-growing demand for fresh faces and new dynamics in the Real Housewives franchise, the idea of Paige joining the RHONY cast feels like a natural progression for someone looking to expand their brand and make their mark in a more high-profile setting. Lindsay's next steps in Summer House. As much as Lindsay has been vocal about her potential RHONY aspirations, she has also made it clear that she's not stepping away from Summer House anytime soon, at least not just yet. In an appearance on the Briefing on Bravo podcast with Alex Baskin, Lindsay explained that she was still figuring out her future with the Summer House crew, especially with the changes in her life due to motherhood. She shared that while she loves the idea of being part of the show, the nature of Summer House is challenging now that she's a mother. "I know that executives and I are trying to figure it out, and I think it's pretty clear that, obviously by next summer, my daughter will be 7 or 8 months old," Lindsay explained. "I'm not gonna bring my 8-month-old daughter to the Summer House every weekend to a party house." This revelation was significant for fans because it signals a shift in Lindsay's priorities. As she navigates motherhood and all of the changes that come with it, she is reassessing how Summer House fits into her life moving forward. Although she hinted that even if she doesn't live in the house full-time, there's still a place for her on the show. She's committed to being a part of the Hamptons scene, whether she's living in the house full-time or spending weekends in the city or the Hamptons. "I'll be in the Hamptons as well," Lindsay assured fans, indicating that she's not leaving the Summer House brand just yet. This comment about motherhood and balancing her career with family life also shines a light on Lindsay's versatility as a reality TV personality. Fans love seeing her juggle her ambitions, relationships, and now her new role as a mother. Whether she remains on Summer House full-time or not, it's clear that she remains a key part of the Summer House brand, and her future in the Bravo universe is still being written. What about Paige? Paige, on the other hand, has expressed her excitement for the future, even if she hasn't made any official statements about leaving Summer House. Her career trajectory has been nothing short of impressive, and her growing popularity has made her a standout personality within the Bravo universe. Whether it's her chic fashion style, her sarcastic humor, or her evolving relationship with Craig Conover, which is still playing out on Summer House, Paige has captured the hearts of fans in a way that might just make her a natural fit for RHONY. If Paige were to make the leap to RHONY, it would not only mark a new chapter in her career, but would also allow her to explore new dynamics within the reality TV world. With the ever-evolving cast of RHONY and the ongoing quest for fresh faces, Paige could easily bring a youthful, fashionable, and relatable perspective to the table, appealing to both longtime viewers and newer audiences alike. The future of RHONY and Bravo's changing landscape. The truth is, the Real Housewives of New York City is in a period of transition. The casting shakeup in 2023, which saw a mix of new and returning faces after the controversial departure of several longtime cast members, was a bold attempt to bring new energy to the show. Fans have expressed their mixed reactions to the change, with some embracing the new direction and others lamenting the loss of familiar faces like Ramona Singer and Luan de Lesseps. But Bravo is always searching for the next big thing, the next housewife who can bring fresh drama, a compelling storyline, and most importantly, someone who feels like they belong in the Real Housewives universe. Lindsay Hubbard and Paige DeSorbo, both familiar to Summer House fans, already have the perfect setup for RHONY, a mix of Hamptons glamour, relatable lifestyles, and a deep connection to the Bravo fan base. While Andy Cohen has confirmed that discussions about Lindsay and Paige's potential moves to RHONY have not been serious yet, fans are still holding on to hope. The combination of Lindsay's raw authenticity and Paige's fashionable charm might just be the next chapter in RHONY's storied history. Conclusion: in the ever-changing world of reality TV, especially within the Real Housewives franchise, new faces often mean new stories and new drama. Whether or not Lindsay Hubbard and Paige DeSorbo will officially make the jump from Summer House to RHONY remains to be seen.